Okay, guys, it's me again, Kuya Paul. Um, Started off the stream again. This is the third time in a row. Actually, I'm gonna be putting a lot of stuff online, and I hope this is encouraging for you guys. I hope you guys are encouraged by the word I'm speaking. They're not my words, God's words, and all the things that I learned as I embrace the stains. That's what this community is all about. So embracing the stains, embracing what God has done in your life. As you can see right now, I did say I was gonna be playing Minecraft, but it's kind of lagging. So I just felt like, okay, I'm just spend some time with you guys, just talking, and just going through some of these questions. And I think I'm just gonna, because the last two were kind of serious, just want to kind of have fun with you guys right now. So here's one: if you were a Crayola crayon color, what color would you be? I'd be midnight blue, because it's the color of my car, Aiko. Well, my first car. Aiko was a beast. I loved her, man. First car, 1984 Toyota Celica, midnight blue. It was a GT. Man, I love that car. It was my mom's first car, I think, or one of her first cars. That thing, man, she was a beast. I loved her. Even to this day, I trade in my working car for a decently working 1984 Toyota Celica midnight blue, just to have Aiko back. Man, it's a beast of a car. I learned so much from my car, for real. I learned so much from Aiko. Man, for real. Like I learned how to take care of a relationship. I learned what I learned what it takes to be in a relationship with my car, because you need like relationships need maintenance. And I had a lot of maintenance on Aiko. I learned that you have to love something in order to maintain it. You're not going to maintain something you don't love. And every time you maintain it, it's worth it. That's all I learned. Yeah, Aiko. I miss Aiko, man. Aiko, man. Jeez. 1984 Toyota Slug. I want to find a picture. I want to see if I can find a picture. Let's see, guys. Let's see if Google Chrome is going to work with me. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. Let's see, 1984 Celica GT. Oh, is it working with me? Come on, Google Chrome. It's kind of like this one right here. Right here, this one. I hope you guys can see it. Hold up, let me see. Let me make sure it's on stream. Oh, it's on stream. Okay, so here we go. So it's kind of like this one. Let me see if I can find a better picture. I miss Aiko, for real. You know, you missed your first car. I don't know if you guys are in a position if you ever had your first car, but it's nothing like your first car. There's nothing like your first car right here. It's like that. Except it was blue. This one I think is kind of like black or something. 1984 Toyota Celica, man. For real. I remember when we were kids, we'd during summer my dad would take us 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night to pick up our mom during the summer, because he couldn't leave us at home. So since it's a hatchback, we'd convert the back of the Toyota into a bed, and we just sleep there until waiting for my mom. She'd come out 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. Late shift at the hospital. She was a nurse. She's still a nurse, actually. Oh man, there's another one. I still remember a lot her license plate too. Man, I miss Aiko, man. Aiko was awesome. That rubber bumper. Look at that thing. Legit. Was it my first accident with Aiko? Second accident? Third accident? Oh, a whole bunch of accidents with Aiko. I like this one too, like the 99 version of the Celica. I kind of wish they made the Celicas back. I want Toyota to bring it back, but I don't think they will. The FRS, I looked at it lately. I know that's one of the newer models. It kind of has that feel. Also, when they came up with the Scions, kind of had that old school feel of the of Toyota sports, like kind of iconic sports look. I really missed it though. So yeah, Super was really cool too, but no, it can't be my Celica. I know Super's faster, of course. Can't beat that Celica though, man. Not my GT Celica. First car I got when I was playing GT. I was like, what you got? Gran Turismo. First car I got was like that car. I lost a lot of races. That's a random note. But yeah, like for real. That was my first car. Let me see if there's any other questions here. What's your favorite thing to do during the summer? Hang out with friends. Funny thing, when you have work, you don't really feel the summer. You just feel the heat. And summer's the young people or people still in school. Summer vacay, everything else. Yeah, not for me. For me, it's just more work, but in hot weather. But I do like to hang out. I've been hanging out on the beach a lot longer. Here in California, you got a lot of nice beaches over here in California. Water, not too nice. Surf's kind of nice, though. The water's kind of grimy, though, unfortunately. But yeah, like the beach. I like going to the beach. I like hanging out with friends. Like waiting for nighttime when it's cooler. Just hang out all night. I like that. I miss hanging out all night. I miss all-nighters. I miss hanging out with people. A youth group. I miss hanging. You know what I like? Okay, just between you and us. I miss long talks with girls, and I know that's really bad to say as a youth leader, but whatever, man. I do miss that. I miss having a crush on a girl and just talking to her all night. This is like the little, like whatever phones, man. This is without cell phones. Like you had to use the house phone. I've had a couple times where I liked the girl. I called her up. Dad picked up and yelled at me. Man, that was embarrassing. It's embarrassing when a dad's yelling at you not to talk to her daughter, man. That's so frigid embarrassing. But that's what you did. You only had one phone. And then you had the little pager. Oh, man, pagers. When you had to, like, talk, like, you used the house phone and you made a page and you had to talk with numerics. Oh, man. Those are the days. AOL Online. ASL. I remember making a friend in the Hacienda area where I think she talked to me so much she thought that I was really interested in her. And I don't know if I was or not. I don't think I was. She's a little ghetto for my taste, at least back then. I got a little bit more ghetto now. I'm still not that ghetto. I'm so suburban. But she was really great to talk to. Met her online, AOL. The whole You Got Mail thing, the whole mail craze. I remember getting the 30 AOLs and just like kept having to change the screen name because you can't afford the $15 a month on AOL. I remember dial-up connections, man. I remember making mixtapes or mixtape CDs that took 30 minutes to burn on your CD burner. If you had a CD burner, because CD burners were so expensive. I remember asking my Aunt Joy to make me CDs of all the CDs that she had. That's when I got into OPM, original Filipino music, or what some of my youth call old people music. That's when I got into Lea Salonga, Regina Velasquez. That's about it. That's the only ones I can name, and I can't even name all their songs. Man, it's like good times, man. Good times. Trying to see if there's anything else. I'm gonna try to get some more questions because I'm liking the field that we're having right now. Here we go. Would you rathers? Would you rather questions? I love this. Oh, they didn't give you any questions. What? Okay, here we go. No, here's the questions. Would you rather be 3 feet or 8 feet tall? 8 feet tall. You can ride more rides. You can't ride rides when you're 3 feet tall. 3 feet or 8 feet tall. That's a weird question. Yeah, 8 feet tall. That's it. Not even because of like the whole basketball thing or anything else. Just I'd rather be taller than shorter. I have this funny feeling though that I think you can't get into other places when you're taller. So I might regret my decision with that because you might be too tall. You can't go on rides. Would you rather be rich and ugly or poor and good looking? Poor and good looking. I'd rather survive, but people will be able to talk to me. I don't like that question. That's really a bad question. It's saying that I don't like ugly people. I don't think anyone's that ugly. I think that's a really bad question. I shouldn't have answered that. I'm sorry, you guys. Would you rather eat a handful of hair or lick 3 public phones? Public phones, because I can gargle. Hair, because I can't. I'm not going to swallow no hair, man. Would you rather get even or get over it? What? Get over it. Get over it. Stop being butthurt. Sorry. That's a new expression that I've heard lately. It's like you're just so hurt, you're just so offended. And I just start using it's like he's just butthurt. People shouldn't be so butthurt. No, sometimes I can be butthurt. I'm sorry. Would you rather go without television or junk food for the rest? Yeah, I would rather go without junk food for the rest of my life. Yeah. Would you rather have a beautiful house and an ugly car, or ugly house and a beautiful car? Beautiful house, ugly car. I don't care what I drive, as long as it works. As long as it's an ugly working car. Would you rather give bad advice or take? I'd rather take bad advice. I've taken a lot of bad advice in my day, but I want to give good advice. Your computer, your pet, my pet. Unless it's Aiko, then I might have to think about it, because Aiko was. I see my first car as my pet still. Would you rather be the sandcastle or the wave? The wave, totally the wave. Eat a bar of soap or drink a bottle of dishwashing liquid. What the heck? Eat a bar of soap. I feel like it's more digestible. Would you rather eat a stick of margarine or 5 tablespoons of hot pepper sauce? Margarine. Well, yeah, that might give me a heart attack, but the other one will definitely give me a heart attack. Would you rather never use the internet again or never watch TV again? I would never watch TV again because I can always download it off the internet. What? Would you ever have 1 wish granted today or 3 wishes granted in 10 years? Can I have the wish to have 3 years and 3 wishes in 10 years? That's just a waste, but whatever. I'd rather have 1 wish today. 3 years granted in 10 years. I don't know, whatever. Would you rather have a shower or a bath? Shower. I hate baths. Well, I don't hate baths, but it has to be in like a jacuzzi bathtub. Would you rather love and not be loved back, or be loved but never love, or be loved but never love? I would rather love and not be loved back. That's fine. Would you rather make headlines for saving someone's life or win a Nobel Prize? Life. Life is more important than a prize. I don't care about the Nobel Prize. Someone else can have it. Would you rather meet an alien visitor or travel to outer space? Travel outer space, because there are no aliens. I'm gonna get people mad on that one. Would you rather eat a... Oh, no, I did that one. Would you rather be the most popular or the smartest person you know? I'd rather be smart. Because if you're smart enough, you can, if you're really smart, perhaps you can make enough money so people will like you anyway. I don't know. I just think Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. I think honestly, I think they were popular. Maybe not in the way people think, but I think they were pretty popular. Rather be a giant hamster or a tiny rhino? Giant hamster, because then I can ride a Kia Soul. Rather be a dog named Killer or a cat named Fluffy? Fluffy all the way, but I don't like cats. So it's a weird question to answer. Would you rather always take a cold shower or sleep an hour less than you need to be fully rested? Cold shower. Cold shower is fine. Always get first dibs or the last laugh? Last laugh. First dibs. First dibs on what? There's always going to be enough. Always have to say everything on your mind or never speak again? I would rather never speak again because I think that's more humbling. Would you rather always lose or never play? Always lose. Okay, here's the thing with me and losing. I don't mind losing. In fact, I enjoy losing. This might go back into the other conversation, the more serious conversation I had. But here's the thing. Little story about my nerdiness. So I used to play a TCG game called Yu-Gi-Oh. You probably know it. It's the card game. So I'd always make a deck of cards and that were playable, not to win, but to make people win the hard way. So I'd always make decks where like that would, because okay, so if you ever played these games, especially when we're playing with nerds to a certain degree, or at least people who take it seriously, like professional people. If people take it too seriously, they always try to find what's meta, or another way of saying it's to kind of layman's term. I don't even know what meta really means, but meta is basically this is the way everyone should be doing it because this is the best way it works right now. That's kind of what meta is. So if everyone's doing it meta, well, I'm just looking at my screen right now. Oh, I'm still on the screen. Anyway, so I'm putting it back to me. Can you see my beautiful face? It's on the other screen. Okay, so yeah, so like the whole idea of being meta, it's interesting because if you're meta, you're how do I describe it? You're doing it the best way possible. So when you have a meta deck, you're always gonna win. But if you go what's called anti-meta, you take the winning factor of the deck and you counter it with your own. Okay, I know that's a lot for people who aren't like, into the savvy thing. So basically, to sum it all up, I used to make decks that would ruin the strategies of other people. Not because I wanted them to get frustrated, but I wanted them to think. And this goes back into like playing but never winning. I'd rather play and never win, because the way it gives you a lot of freedom when you know you're gonna lose. To make the other team earn their win. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying that I want to totally troll them. What I want to say is, I like encouraging people, even if I get the short end of the stick. I like encouraging people to a higher degree than they can be. So, going back to Yu-Gi-Oh! So when I'd play, I'd always have the best conversations with people, because it made them. Because a lot of people would just make decks just because this is the way people made them, and everyone ended up having the same deck. But then when they'd play me, we'd have a great conversation. It's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know this could happen. They learn a little more about themselves, and they find out later. And this is really cool, because when I used to play, people would find out more about themselves. So they'd start adding in their own cards. They start changing the meta, at least for themselves, and you can see more of their personality. And that's what I loved. I love doing that. I love making people not conform, but be transformed. See, come on, like throwing that Bible. Don't be conformed. Don't be conformed. And that's what I love about losing, because when you lose, and when you know you're going to lose, it's even better. Because when you know you're going to lose, losers who know that they're going to lose, they have fun sometimes. Because they're not going to lose, so they actually try more and they try harder. That's why a lot of times when people are losing, they end up winning in the end, because there's a pressure that makes you excel more when you're actually the losing team. When you're the losing team, it actually excels you to make better choices, bigger choices. When you're winning, you get careless. That's why I'd rather lose all the time. Because, number one, even if we did lose, I would have learned something more. I would encourage my team. We would have broken barriers and learned more stuff about them ourselves. Why not? That actually might be kind of cool. So, and then with the winning team, even if they win, like maybe we can do it in a way where they have to earn their win, or they have to break out of their shell and try something new in order to win. Yeah, they'll still win, but they get to learn more about themselves. I loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And with other people. I'm never gonna go back again. Don't get me wrong. I'm never gonna go back again. But I love playing with them, because whenever they play me, they find out something different about themselves. I think that's also why I like talking with youth and being a minister, because I love answering the questions no one else is asking, or asking the questions no one else is asking. I love asking the question that no one else dares to ask, or asking just asking. No one else dares to ask. Maybe it's not quote unquote. Well, I don't want to say polite. Maybe it's not like the time to ask or anything like that. Like I love asking youth different questions about their life. I love calling them out, especially in our society today. There's this calling to be fake sometimes. Like you're almost called to not be yourself. you're called to live in a persona. So that's why I love being a minister, because I don't like living that way. I don't like living in a persona. I don't like living in a certain choice way. I just live my life the way God's called me. And I found God made me unique, so I shouldn't look like anyone else. That's liberating. You're unique, so you shouldn't look like the other person. I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to you hipsters. I was kidding. Yeah, you know what? Come to think of it, I love the idea of being a hipster. I'm not trying to knock hipsters. I think a little part of me is actually a hipster too. I think I'm like the anti-hipster, because I actually do the things that hipsters don't like to do, and I do it because hipsters are doing it. So I'm like the definitive hipster. I am like anti-social. I don't know, whatever. I'm just rambling now. I'm sorry if I'm not trying to offend you or nothing. I love hipsters. I love the whole idea of it. But the whole anti-establishment or anti-social norm, I love that. I love that idea, because then you could break out into your shell and try to find something unique. But don't break out in your shell and find something unique that everyone else is doing per se, or at least don't do it because everyone else is doing it. Don't break out into a shell just to find yourself in a smaller but a little bit more unique shell. It's just a little smaller, but it's the same type of shell. Break out and find out what your shell is, or find out if you even want a shell. Maybe you don't want a shell. Maybe you guys aren't snails. Maybe you guys are slugs. You know what I mean? Like, that's so weird. But anyway, you know what I mean. Maybe you don't need a shell. Seriously, that's what I love about doing that stuff, man. Like, oh man, I love like breaking out, just being yourself. There's a lot of stuff about yourself that some people they don't embrace sometimes. Oh, there's that word again, embrace. There's some things about you sometimes that you have to realize ain't a mistake, or it doesn't need to be fixed. That's just you. That's why, man, like playing games and such like that, man, it was so much fun. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So much fun. When I was playing StarCraft and I wasn't trying to be good, it was so much fun. I mean, we're talking, like, if you're talking, I want to talk about games. Like, I don't mind failing, because failing breaks you out of your shell. I don't mind losing, because losing makes you try harder. You know, and it makes you find out someone who you are. So I rambled a lot on that one, but basically, yeah, I don't mind to lose. Man. But yeah, that's it. I got a couple more minutes. I don't want to spend too much more time, because I do have to get ready for work, guys. Man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have all these up. I'm gonna put it into Raws. So you're probably, if you're listening to this in the next week or so, you're probably gonna hear the Raws first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and release the edited versions. But let's go a couple more questions, and I'm gonna call it a night, guys. But let me see here. Would you rather be stranded on an island alone or with someone you hate? I'd rather have someone that I hated, I guess. Like, does it have to be a perpetual hate? I don't want to answer that question, because there's not too many people that I hate long term. But anyway, would you rather hate hunger or hatred? That's a hard one. I want to end hunger, but I really want to end hatred. That's the thing. It's like if you end one, you may circumvent and actually start ending the other. If you end hatred, then if people don't hate each other, they'll help each other. That means not that many people will go hungry anymore. If you end hunger, people won't be grumpy, and maybe people won't hate each other anymore. Would you rather find true love or $10 million? That is not a question, because I'd rather find true love. $10 million ain't even worth it. $100 million ain't even worth it. I don't want to be rich and alone, like for reals. I don't want to end on this. I don't want to end all mushy, but hey, man, I'd rather find true love. I really would. I hope I'm not poor. Don't think I'm going to be $10 million richer, but I might feel that way. Look at me sounding all gushy. But yeah, I would rather find true love than $10 million. I would give up. I don't want to say pay because that sounds petty. I would give up the chance for $10 million in order to find true love. It may sound dumb right now, but I think I would, at least at this point. One more question. Would you rather publish your diary or make a movie on your most embarrassing moment? Make a movie? Because then I can put it on YouTube and make globs of money, I guess. I don't know. But speaking of YouTube, this thing is going to be on YouTube. Thanks you guys for listening. Thanks you guys for hearing this part of my little podcast thing that I'm doing over here with Braces Stains. Trying to do a lot of these. So I hope you guys get to listen. I encourage you guys, if you like it, please share it. Please share it with your friends, with people around. As I said, I think in one of the beginning podcasts before, I'm going to be doing some promotions and things like that to get the word out. It'll help me, but also help you guys. That's what it's really here for. Embrace the Stains is here as a community to help you guys embrace the stains within your life. I hope to be doing a lot of other stuff too, such as interviews with other people, maybe commentaries. I want to do some gameplay, guys. I am trying to raise money for that as well too. So it's one of the things that I'm going to be doing sometime maybe in the next couple of weeks, where you guys can help me raise some money so I can start upgrading my systems and maybe doing some gameplay. I don't know what kind of gameplay I'm going to be doing, but I'll let you guys know. Just so we're doing something else on the stream. If you guys like this, though, if you guys like just me talking and shooting the breeze, definitely going to be doing this as well. And a couple other things, a couple other surprises as well, too. But definitely loved hanging out, even though there's no one within the chat right now. I know you guys are going to be listening online. And once again, thanks you guys for just jumping in. You guys were great. And yeah, that's basically it. I got to get ready for work. So take care. God bless. And we'll see you guys soon. All right, that's it. We're cutting it.